Okay. All right. It's important that we're here,
On tärkeää, että he ovat täällä
and we appreciate being invited back to Finland.
ja arvostavat, että he ovat taas täällä Suomessa.
And we feel honored to be in the presence of a woman who has suffered so much.
Niin, että heillä on kunnia olla täällä.
And we're glad to be here in the memory of the family and in her presence.
Eli Tertun perheen muistoon täällä.
And for our American cousins, you realize this is the cemetery, and the family here, the Kumpula family that were killed in 1944. What date? July 14th, 1944, when the partisans came here and attacked the village. And we all know the story, and we're pleased to know that.
Eli he tietävät tämän tarinan, miten Tertun perheellä on.
Ei tarina tosi kertomus.
No se tarina eli amerikkalaisista.
And we look forward to spending some time with you. I think we'll see many people this evening. Are we going to all be together this evening?
Yes,
Some people?
I think we...
Okay, all right. So we look forward to seeing you all later this evening at dinner.
Että me nähdään sitten illalla siellä Selvan pirtillä saman porukan kanssa.
Okay.
Kaikki siellä.
The girls go.
Kiitos. One moment, kuka tuli? Hilja Kumpula, hänen äiti, her mother. And next. Auno Kumpula,
Veljeni.
his brother. Next. Siiri Kumpula,
Sisareni.
her sister. Ritva Kumpula,
Sisareni.
her sister. Martti Kumpula,
Veljeni.
his brother. Lauri Kumpula,
Veljeni.
his brother.
Kyllä me olemme tässä.
Kovalla äänellä, että kuulemme. Kiitos.
So I will try to keep it very low. So you can fit about 210 people in there. It's small. So
Would this be considered one of the oldest wooden churches in Finland?
Minua.
We got the paparazzi over here.
We are. This is Kumpula
Minusta kukistavan.
Ai jaa, no sitten.
So that I'm someone who's involved.
You're outnumbered. There's 4 of us.
Where do you want me to sit?
What the fuck? Well, you get to work on your English.
This is Rene's Quartzo Bell. Ladies and no ladies, welcome to the evening. And there is coming also Janina, okay, to take a place here somewhere. Yeah, we had welcome also Sodankylä Town Council Chairman. This is Oikela, isn't it? Yes.
Jaha, onko minun vuoro
Hey,
käyttää?
no, okay.
Ei vielä jo
Who are you? And everybody knows that Mia Petra is coming also, but she called me and aeroplanes for a little bit time more. She is here about 8 o'clock, but she told us we can start, and we can start with that. We're coming here when Janina and Jussi have also Janina is my daughter also, and Jussi, husband, and their 2 sons. Welcome and have a nice evening together. Tervetuloa. Very good, Charles. Hyvä suora.
No niin, arvoisat vieraat kaukaa Amerikasta ja rakkaat kaikki sodankyläläiset, te olette kaikki entisiä sodankyläläisiä, näin olen ymmärtänyt.
Okay, dear guests and people from Sodankylä, I have heard that you all are from Sodankylä sort of way.
Maailma muuttuu ja me ihmiset lähdemme eri lähtökohdista, kuten te, jotka olette menneet kaukaiseen Amerikkaan, niin Sodankylän kunnasta. Olette lähteneet sinne.
World changes and people are from different, like they are coming from different roots. Like you are who are from Sodankylä and now staying in America, USA.
Täällä on sodankyläläisiä tuttuja, juuri sillä halusin kiertää, koska näin, että niin täällä on tätä Kumpulan sukua hyvin paljon ja aina kun sukujuhlissa on, niin siellä yllättäen tulee sitten niin hyvin paljon tuttuja, tutuillekin.
I wanted to she wanted to go around and meet people here because she knew that when she goes around, she will meet somebody who she knows already or who are related to somehow.
Ja kun katson teitä, joilla on siniset, niin mä olen ymmärtänyt, että te olette niitä vieraita, jotka olette tulleet tuolta tänne omaan sukuun vuosien saatossa. Oletteko aikaisemmin käynyt, haluan tietää?
You with your blue shirts, she understood that you are from USA and she wanted to know if you have been earlier here in Finland. Who has been?
Käsi ylös, kuka on käynyt aikaisemmin?
Who has been here?
Tämä on englanninkielinen. Hyvä tutustua. Ja sitten tässä on 3 englanninkielistä, niin että te saatte päättää nämä toiset sitten, että kenelle jaatte.
You can decide who is going to get it. There's three. There are 3 now.
All are the same?
Yeah,
Kaikki samalla
All right,
same.
all right.
Yeah.
Siinä on nimikirjoitus sitten.
Also signature.
Ja sitten on tämmöinen, täällä on niitä, mä en muista paljon tässä on, tämmöinen Sodankylä.
For each. Sodankylä.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jotain muistoa jää
It's a little flag.
Well, it's
Sodankylän kunnasta.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, and there are some instructions. Maybe you know already those, but there are some instructions I show how to use it. So this is very
It's a scarf. It's a
Like,
scarf.
yeah.
Okay.
Or you can use
Ja
it in
saattaa itse
several ways.
jakaa ne.
And you can take an if you please tell if there is not enough, so she will give you some more.
Provide us more. There should be enough in the bag for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you very much.
Joo,
Should I see? Okay, yeah. Is it okay if I say a few things now?
Jos hän
But
sanoo
I need
nyt
someone
muutama
else
sana
to-
vai?
All right, I'd like to just, on behalf of 24 American cousins, we'd like to thank you very much for the hospitality you are showing us here in Sodankylä.
Meitä on 24 vierasta ja olemme erittäin kiitollisia kaikesta ystävällisyydestä ja tämmöistä vieraanvaraisuudesta, mitä olette näyttäneet ja antaneet meille.
And you've all seen our shirts. It says Huotari Kumpula. The Huotari is the side of our family of our grandfather who came from Kumpula. And the Kumpula side obviously is Anna Kumpula, where all the grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-grandchildren of Anna Kumpula.
Eli tämä Huotarin puoli on iso isäpuoli, joka on tuolta Kuhmosta, ja Anna Kumpula on tämä toinen puoli sitten.
And when Anna Kumpula went to America, she went to Michigan and lived in Michigan. And some of the family here still lives in Michigan. Those that are from Michigan, raise your hand. Okay, so
Michigan.
Joo. Eli Anna Kumpula meni Michiganiin ja ne, jotka ovat sitä kautta, niin nostivat tosiaan.
and a lot of her children and grandchildren moved to Minnesota. There are people here from Minnesota. Raise your hands.
Minnesota.
Joo. Sinne meni paljon hänen lapsia ja
suomalaisia.
Joo. Joo.
And some of us are from Wisconsin.
Osa meistä on Wisconsinista. Joo.
You're still Michigan. But some of our family moved great distances in America. Some now live in Arizona and some live in California.
Meni kauemmas myös Arizonaan ja Kaliforniaan, ja sieltä nostettiin.
And most of those are Arizona and then 2 from California.
Yeah.
So
Nyt tulee mieleen Kaliforniasta, niin että kuka suomalainen missi on Kaliforniassa?
So we're just very pleased to be here and learn more about our family history and look forward to our socializing this evening and possibly tomorrow.
Eli odotetaan kovasti, että tänä iltana on tämmöistä sosiaalista kanssakäymistä ja sitten myös huomiselle.
I guess I would say one more thing. Some of us are actually the grandchildren of Anna, and there's 6 of us here. And why don't we raise our hands?
Annan, mikä tämä nyt on, lapsenlapsia.
And so we would all be the second cousin of Sanna.
Eli Sannan toisia serkkuja. Ja sanotaanko ihan
Niin
suoraan.
saman näköisiä niin, että teitä ottaisi 2.
And then there are some
Huomaatteko?
great-grandchildren here, and we'll let them raise their hand. And
Mikä sen on? Mikä on great? Mikä on suomeksi great? Lapsella. Great. Joo, lapsella.
and then there would be great-grandchildren, and there's quite a few of them.
Lapsen, neljänneksi.
And that's it so far. Next time we'll bring even great-grandchildren.
Eli ensi kerralla 5. polvessa.
And tonight we're going to choose the person who will organize that trip in a few years.
Ja tänään valitsemme sen henkilön, joka järjestää sen reissun sitten ensi kerralla.
And we're looking for a volunteer.
Katsomme kuka on vapaaehtoinen.
So thank you very much.
Kiitos paljon kaikille.
Kiitoksia.
Speak also in English. I'm member of our European Parliament.
Okay. So I'm the daughter of Vote and a friend of Joe, and it goes in the blood that we are politicians in the family. So I'm take care of Europe and Joe has take care of US. So there's a bridge even to work on that issue. So greetings from Brussels. That's where I live most of the time nowadays. I do have my family with me there. I got 2 children. Alvar is 7 years football player, the European football, the soccer you call it. And then my soon 10-year-old girl, Clara, who plays the violin and makes gymnastics, and they go to European school in Finland, in Brussels now. I was elected to the European Parliament 2 years ago, so I've been pendling in between the two countries and a little bit extra quite often. And the European Parliament gathers in Strasbourg, which is a part of northern France and very close to the German border. So those of you who have studied in the school the European history must know that the Second World War frontier was there, and that the symbol of that peace after was to create the European Union in the border region, just few kilometers from the border. And it's been a peace for 70 years, so I do have sometimes difficulties looking at the big picture that Europe is in crisis. There are Euro crisis, there is a Brexit crisis, whether the Great Britain wants to not be a member. There is a crisis on immigration. We do have whole Europe, more than 1 million immigrants, so we are in crisis, the whole Europe. Finland is in crisis because we had 30,000 people who looked for the help from the rich country, and so on and so on. But then today, this morning, was in an interview to make a 1-hour radio show for the summer. So I tried to make a big picture. What was Europe just 70 years ago? It was the war, and it was millions killed. It was Marshall help for US. And what did the Europeans do after fighting against each other? United. So I don't like speaking today only about the crisis, and that's what I'm working there. And then in the shadow of crisis, we are doing a lot. I have to say that I still do remember one of my first trips to Joe's house, that you had this campaign going on that reduce, reuse, recycle. So maybe that goes in the blood too, that we are talking about the circular economy a lot. And then my duty is look for the bioeconomy, as Finland is one big forest that many of the European countries had cut off. They do not have any forest left. And trying to combine this European view to protect the forest you have, it's actually that we want to make it to develop the sustainable forestry and good products you have everywhere here. And when you fill up your car in Finland, you have 10, soon 15% of the biofuels, which is not accepted, not even everywhere in Europe, because of the protectionism. And we try to make it more wealthy than the nations here by the uniting European single markets. And that's why I always refer to what has the Americans do, that you have better internal markets, and we are negotiating the trade agreement between USA and Europe. So this is my everyday job. And I'm very happy to know and been visiting some summers with the friends in the family. And I do have children growing who wants to continue maybe the inside family exchange program. So if you have same age children, welcome to Finland one day to our family, or in Brussels or wherever we live. So that was a good experience for me to get started and in the job that now is quite international. I was 11 years in the national parliament before I was elected to the European Parliament, and in European Parliament we are 28 nations, 23 official languages. My children go to the European school, there are 9 languages, and they do have a Finnish section, and though they study French every day, 45 minutes, and then a little bit Swedish because it's an official language in Finland, and voluntarily English because I don't want them to wait too long to get started with English too. So this is my job, and a little bit of the European, very short package of the European politics, and a little bit Finnish too. But I'm very happy to be here. Tomorrow I have to unfortunately fly to Strasbourg because we do have a week. 12 times a year we gather in Strasbourg, and other weeks we work in Brussels. But the whole Finland is my constituency, so I travel here almost every week. And then we have an au pair, and I do have a husband and to take care of the children too. So this is combining work and family. But very happy to be here and to see you. Some of you I've met before, and most of you are new faces. So here we are, a family that stayed in Finland, but not necessarily in Sodankylä or northern Finland only.
How many of you met Mia Petra when she came to the United States when she was about 12 years old or 13 years old? Okay, she certainly has come a long way since then. We're all very, very proud of you. It's great. We're fortunate. We're Huotaris and Kumpulas. And Mia Petra represents the Kumpula side of the family. But we also have a Huotari side of the family, and when Mia Petra was in the Finnish parliament, we had another cousin in the Finnish parliament from the Huotari side, and that's Anna Huotari, and Anna's sitting over here. Why don't you stand up, Anna, again? Anna, rather. And she's been in the United States as well, and has a daughter that went to school in Minnesota. I should have been in Wisconsin or Michigan, but that's okay. And she's been to Wisconsin and Michigan as well, so we're
I do very short summary now in Finnish. Eli mä kerron englanniksi mun työstä, että mä oon Euroopan parlamentissa ja mä en ehkä suomeksi tarvitse kertoa, että EU on valittu pari vuotta sitten ja asun Brysselissä ja me kokoonnutaan myös Strasbourgissa, jossa on sen takia se parlamentti, että toisen maailmansodan raja meni siellä rintamat Saksan ja Ranskan välillä ja siksi parlamentti on siellä. Sellaisista kerroin, ja että nykyään puhutaan kauheasti kaikista EU-kriiseistä, kun kuitenkin se kriisi oli ehkä pahimmillaan silloin 70 vuotta sitten, kun sota loppui. Ja mitä silloin tehtiin? Silloin Euroopan kansat yhdistyi ja siihen ollaan liitytty mukaan. Et se oli mun englanninkielinen johdanto vaan niin kuin omasta taustastani ja ihan vähän tästä työstä tällä puolella mannerta, koska Joan on ollut sitten taas Jenkkien puolella tai Wisconsin osavaltiosenaattori, ja sitten hän vielä esitteli Anne Huotarin, joka oli vielä kollegakin ja oli mua ennenkin kansanedustajana. Niin Huotarin perheestäkin on ollut tällä puolella poliitikkoja ja kansanedustajia ja sillä lailla molemmin puolin Atlanttia sitten jotkut suvun edustajat päätyneet politiikan puolelle.
I said that much.
That was also what I said.
Okay.
So we have to talk both together. So my pronunciation.
I would just say one more thing. We are also, in addition to being Kumpulas and Huotaris, we're also part Sami. And we're very proud to have the president of the Sami parliament here in Finland with us tonight as well. So why don't you stand up again as well?
Eli ylpeänä mukana täällä, koska me molemmat suvut olemme lähelle saamelaissukua sitten.
So the only thing standing between us or you and dinner is Mia Petra and I. So before they start throwing stuff at us, we should sit down and let's eat. Okay?
Eli vain me olemme esteenä, että saamme illallisen, nyt me tulemme teidän joukkoon, että saamme syödä. Thank you.
Kiitos.
It's been a great honor to know the Huotari family. When I had the opportunity to come to this reunion, I couldn't hardly wait to get here. I wanted to meet everybody.
Hän on päässyt naimisiin Huotari-sukuun ja on iloissaan päästessä myös mahdollisuus tutustua täällä lisää tähän mahtavaan sukuun.
It has been said that our lives end up being the sum total of the choices we make.
Sanottu, että elämä jättää meihin jälkemme.
Anna and Eric made a choice or decision over 100 years ago to immigrate to the United States. They also made the decision to get married. And the result of that is what we see here tonight.
Eric was the name. Eric? Eric.
Eric.
Ja Eric teki yli 100 vuotta sitten tämän suuren päätöksen muuttaa Yhdysvaltoihin ja mennä siellä naimisiin.
So every choice we make, every decision we make, touches other people's lives. I mean, the choice they made so many years ago is affecting people over 100 years down the road. Their love for each other has brought us all together here this evening.
Eli jopa 100 vuotta sitten tehdyt päätökset ja valinnat, joita ihmiset tekevät, niin jättävät jälkensä ja näkyvät meille muille ihmisille jopa 100 vuotta myöhemmin. Ja rakkaus, jota he kokivat, niin näkyy myös täällä tänään ja on saattanut meidät uudelleen yhteen.
So, if you think your life is not important, I'd like you to reconsider, because every choice you make, every decision you make, has far-reaching repercussions. I'm sure Eric and Anna did not realize how many lives they would impact over 100 years later. He couldn't even imagine this, I'm sure. Look at the people in Parliament who are impacting world politics because of the choice they made so many years ago.
Niin, että Erik ja Annakaan eivät varmaan ajatelleet, että jokaisella valinnalla ja päätöksellä, jonka he tekivät, vaikutetaan näin monen ihmisen elämään kuin meitä täällä on tänään ja on matkan varrella ollut. Ja jos ajattelet, että jokaisen elämä ei ole tärkeää, niin ei näin ole. Se vaikuttaa valinnat ja oma elämäsi myös 100 vuotta myöhemmin. Erik ja Anna eivät varmasti arvanneet, että he vaikuttavat näin monen ihmisen elämään ja sitten myös viittaus siihen, mitä politiikassa tehdään, vaikutetaan maailmanpolitiikkaan ja ihmisten elämään. Niin kuin Joykin ihmetteli, että käännös kesti vähän pitkään, että sanoiko hän noin paljon.
So, I want you to think about that, and when you get to the end of your life, all you really have is family and friends. So be kind and love one another. Hate is a choice, and love is a choice, and we should choose love. What their love so many years ago has done for us here this evening. It's brought us all together.
Kun mietitte omaa elämäänne, niin miettikää sitä rakkauden puolta, koska sillä tulee olemaan merkitystä ja viha ei tuota mitään, mutta rakkaus tuottaa paljon ja on jättänyt jälkiä ja näkyy näin monen ihmisen elämäänsä jo tuo yli 100 vuoden sitten kohdattu rakkaus.
Thank you.
Knife for you, souvenir from this. Hän on rakentanut näitä veitsiä teille amerikkalaisille meidän kaikkien puolesta kiitokseksi. Poronluusta, reindeer's bone.
Ja sen takia tässä olen jakamassa. Kun 87 olen käynyt Amerikassa 3 viikkoa, viihyin siellä. Minä haluan teille vieraat amerikkalaiset ensinnä tarjota.
He has been in America visiting people, and then he wants to get everybody one of his souvenirs. So everybody who is American or comes from America, raise your hand up so we can know.